Madam Zaria, because Madam Zaria will be giving the details of the program and how it is going to be implemented and how it is different from the normal offering that have been there for many, many years. All right. So I'll do the presentation now. So the offering of this modular mode of the Master of Science in Islamic Banking and Finance is done in collaboration with an agency inside IUM, internal agency of IUM, of which I'm at the helm at the moment. So it is called IUM Academy of Graduate and Professional Studies. So we have a range of academic programs that are offered through IUM Academy. Our short name is IUM Academy. But for postgraduate programs, we have the mandate by the university management, as you can see here, to carry out postgraduate programs with some flexibility in program delivery, such as having classes conducted during weekends on modular arrangements. So this one, normally the mainstream academic programs are well suited for students who are going to devote their time totally for study. Because, for example, in postgraduate programs, if the students take, let's say, 4 subjects in a semester, so they will have to have 4 days during the weekdays, because normally we don't have classes on Friday. So if the students take 4 courses, it means that the student will have to attend 4 days of lectures, and one course will have 3 hours per week, and this will continue over 14 weeks, 14 teaching weeks. But this kind of arrangement is normally difficult to be followed by working executives, whereas it is part of the IUM mission to spread knowledge and to actually spread the vision and mission of the university, the understanding of knowledge from the Islamic perspective and all these things. It is very important for the people who are decision makers, for example, or those who have influence in their organizations, to be able to come through IM postgraduate programs and get a feeling, and also the spirit of what IUM gives in terms of the injection of the Islamic elements, the way to filter things according to the Islamic perspective, and all these things. So there has to be a way to allow working executives, for example, to join the program. And that's why IUM Academy has been mandated by the university management to collaborate with the faculties to allow this kind of offering. And the IUM Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance is one of the faculties that have come forward to give this, and we are glad that this has happened, because for those who of you, I can share this very, very important piece of information. In the world, in terms of publications of research articles on Islamic banking and finance, you can search for a bibliographic study on this, bibliometric study on this. IUM alone has more than 600 papers on Islamic banking and finance, and the second best is 283. So we are talking about the world, and this report is by Scopus, the organization that looks into the academic papers of the whole world. So IUM is the top producing institution of papers on Islamic banking and finance. And inside IUM, the institute itself, if you look at the Scopus, if you look at the Scopus report, it says the IIM Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance has a separate entry because there are so many papers that come out from this institute alone. So this, if you look at the table, IIM Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, if they are combined together with IUM, so the IUM will have more than 600 papers. Without the inclusion of Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, IUM will have 415 papers. IUM Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance is above University of Malaysia on Islamic Banking and Finance in terms of research papers. So now, if you are talking about an institution, you're talking about an institute that can give you solid and strong grounding on Islamic and banking and finance. In Malaysia, we have to say that despite the ranking of IUM being below than some other universities in general, but in terms of Islamic banking and finance, the top institution in Islamic banking and finance in Malaysia by far is IUM, and inside IUM, the specific institute that deals with Islamic banking and finance is the IIM Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, of which Academy is collaborating to offer the modular program, the modular mode of the Master of Science in Islamic Banking and Finance. More than that, we have among the lecturers are advisors to the Central Bank of Malaysia, the Bank Negara Malaysia, on Sharia matters. And another interesting fact is that 6 of the women lecturers, the female lecturers of Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, is included in the list of the top 300 women scholars on Islamic Banking and Finance in the world. One of which is the second speaker in this, inshallah, in this preview, Madam Zaria Abu Sama. And the Dean of IIBF is one of the top individual contributors in the world for Islamic Banking and Finance. So if you are looking about the institution and the lecturers, the human resource who will be teaching Islamic Banking and Finance in Malaysia, and in fact, we can say in the world, there is no better place than but no better place than IIUM. So hopefully this will figure in your consideration about your next move in terms of selection of the what you call the institution, and also selection of the program. There are some things, some more details will be spoken by the second speaker, inshallah, but I need to emphasize emphasis on this. The English proficiency requirement. Some of, some students, in fact, there are a lot of students in our country who prefer to do postgraduate programs in universities in which they can follow the courses in Malay. In IUM, we are very, very clear about this. There is a need for a strong English proficiency, and then that's why students will have to meet the requirements the English requirements before they can proceed to taking the program courses. So the English proficiency requirement, we can accept one of these three. IELTS is the international examination, international test. TOEFL, IBT, also international test. But EPT, English placement test, is IUM's test. And because of the MCO, the PKP, now this is done online. So the students do not have to come to IUM and do the physical, to take the physical version of the test. So when you are applying, then we will look at the English requirement as well. And actually, this has helped the alumni so much, because when they have the English proficiency, they are actually up for grabs in the world. So that's why there are so many alumni on Islamic Banking and Finance have done, has occupied prominent places in many countries of the world. In Indonesia, for example, Dr. Shafiq Antonio is one of the top advisors for the Central Bank of Indonesia. He was a graduate of IUM. So if you decide to come to IUM to be taught by the Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, you would have made a good choice, inshallah. And for international students, I'm not sure whether there are international students here. Of course, there will be a requirement for a visa approval letter. Now, perhaps some of you might think that, well, if the student cannot come, the borders are not open, why should they have the visa? The answer is the Malaysian government still require visa, even when the students do not come in due to the closing of the borders. So it means that for international students, if they want to apply, we still have to process the visa approval letter. And when the borders are open, then they can come in, inshallah. And we have the fee there for visa approval letter processing. And for Malaysian students, if you have international connections, you can persuade some international students. IUM has a policy that if you introduce an international student, you'll be able to get some reward for your effort. So if you have those who follow the preview today, if you can, spread the words to your friends, international friends, or your connections, then you can do that. And IUM has a policy that will reward those who are able to introduce international students into IUM program. For this year's intake, we have 2 intakes, inshallah. We have the July intake, and the deadline will be the end of this month. But for Malaysians candidate, we will allow maybe a bit further based on discretion, because this is the first intake. Maybe if you are late by 1 week, for example, up to 7th of July, we can still process the application. But for international, because of the time that we need to process for visa, that's why we put the deadline as of 30th of June. The next intake will be in October, inshallah, for this year. And that's all from me. I mean, just to give you a sense of what is going to be offered from July intake, and the details of the program will be provided, inshallah, by the second speaker, one of the top 300 scholars on Islamic Banking and Finance in the world. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
I'm sorry for the problem. Thank you, Dr. Badri. Ladies and gentlemen, I now have the pleasure to invite Madam Zaria Abu Sama, Head of Program from IUM Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, to give her briefing. Please welcome. Madam.
Thank you so much, Brother Aizat, and also Dr. Badri. A very good presentation, very welcoming. Okay, so what I'm going to do for this is that I'm going to continue from Dr. Badri presentation to touch about and to present about the detailed part of the program. Okay, so can I present? The window. Okay. Entire screen. It's entire screen. Can I go to this one? To my slide. Okay. Assalamualaikum. If everyone can see my slide. Hello.
Waalaikumsalam. Not yet, madam.
Not yet, huh? Oh, that's really. You hold on for a while. I'm not so sure where I'm going to share. Not there, brother? Oh, share.
No, not yet.
Not yet, huh? I'm so sorry. Because for that. Present now. And then I will, where am I going now? This is my slide. I'm not so sure. I couldn't get through, Aizan. Is it just put there going to entire screen? Is it so?
Yeah, sure, Doctor.
Okay, and then what I'm going to do after that? Is it okay? Not yet.
It's still not coming out yet.
Not coming out yet. Oh, what's the problem?
You need to go to present now, and you can select.
Okay, present now. So
your
I
screen.
have. So I'm not so sure which one. I have just. You hold on for a while. This is my slide. Still not there, Brother Aizan? Still not there?
Yeah, no.
How am I going? Greatly apologize for that. Okay, present now. So how am I going to share? I couldn't.
Yeah. No. It's coming out now.
Coming up?
Yeah.
Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay. You see, everyone seen my slide?
Okay, madam. It's coming up.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to everyone. Thank you so much for attending this program. And thank you to Dr. Badri, who is deliberate with a really good information, good presentation from him. Very cool, okay. And also Brother Aizat and the rest, all the IDF team and all those present for this preview event session. So what I'm going to share with you today is about the program structure for this MSc IBF modular program. Okay, so this modular program is, to me, is very interesting. If you are going, because currently IBF already have its own MSc IBF. So going to the next move of it, whereby we are going to cater not only the people who have full time to focus on the study, we also look into those industry players who have very limited time to advance in their study, especially Islamic Banking Finance, right? Now, look at this, dear attendees for this one. So actually we are looking to do these 3-point opportunities for introducing this program. The first one is that, okay, engage relevant talent. Now, talent can be within our student, within those who continue 100% of their study focus. It also are going to relevant talent in the industry itself to pursue MSc IBF. Sometimes you can hear that, my friend in industry always say, I'm going to pursue MSc. I don't have enough time to focus there. I have a lot of work to do. 5 working days full of work. So that's bringing our environmentalists how to engage these people to continue their MSc IBF. Okay, the next one is that since they are so busy with their work, so we take into penalty of crafting, myself and all the team in our IBF looking into creating a flexibility in the learning structure for MSc. So we have created this, see that how they are busy in 5 working days, but what about the burden of Saturday and Sunday? How can we can, craft on that so that their study could be placed or structured in Saturday and Sunday. And the next one, definitely. Now, by going through this program, the talent mobilization could be created. Now, some of them may be working in a bank, okay, and some maybe the full-time student just focus on the bank, could also move into another across industry. For example, in a bank, you can go to capital market, you can go to Kaful industry. That'd be extensive. You have a choice for this talent to mobilize. Okay, we require professional recognized in industry. Okay, let's move now. Now, going further detail into the program objective is that definitely the most important to produce high potential talent in Islamic banking finance. And here at IBF, providing pertinent knowledge and skill in Islamic banking finance through interdisciplinary approach. Now, it is covering very wide, like economics, legal, Sharia, in that perspective. So we are going through that to merge it into a program that could really beneficial to the industry players as well, those who are really focusing on the study and research especially. Okay. Second one is to develop enhanced theories and practices. Normally, people have this, maybe university talking about theories. Now, the practical bit will be at the industry. Now, definitely, this approach in MSc IBF is that theories and practices would need to be, together. So that slowly, our effort is that to close the gap of the theories and practices. Theories is important, practices is also important. Only focus on theory will not deliver a good practical. How is it to be applied in the industry? But always remember that it must be within the sphere of Maqasid of Sharia. Really good objective. And the third one, this is everywhere, meeting the global demand. Demand for expert and professional Islamic banking finance is greatly, moving, because with this expert and professional, could Islamic banking finance move forward and to increase its shares, comparing to the conventional, for example, we need to move the sharing of Islamic banking finance expert and professional as well. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Now, I'm going to move into how does the structure looks. Now, see, it's a very simple course and delivery mode. Now, the course comprises of 12 courses, the program. 12 courses been specific allocated for this program. 12 courses will result into a 36 credit hours because 3 credit hours per course. So it becomes into a total of 36 credit hours. And there is a research paper for 6 credit hours. Okay, not much, only 6 credit hours, and totaling into a 42 credit hours of the total program. Now, how it's been delivered? Now, we have made, remember that earlier I've shared with you, these people are busy with their work and all this, so why not we do it on Saturday and Sunday? So we have crafted and polished that mode of delivery into environment. Okay, in 2 days, for example, per week, it can be on Saturday and Sunday will be the student self-learning. Now, mode of delivery is that I put it here face-to-face. Okay, put it here face-to-face. Okay, 21 credit hours. This is via currently due to pandemic environment of COVID-19 is virtual learning. Okay, online, face-to-face. There will be face-to-face. I can still call it face-to-face for 21 credit hours. And the balance of 21 credit hours will be online student self-learning. Okay, so it's a learning platform. Now you can see that 21 here been divided into 2, whereby the face-to-face via virtual learning will be on Saturday, and Sunday we leave it into the online student self-learning. And then you might be asking questions to the Sunday, who's going to guide me, in my learning? Definitely, the kuliah or the university will be providing you the guideline, providing you all the material necessary to cover on your own. Okay, right, let's move now. All right, these are the courses, a very, I think it's very interesting courses, which cover the total industry of Islamic banking and finance. Just look at it. The first one is the Islamic financial system. Now, that is in our country a financial system. Okay, what is being established earlier is conventional financial system. Now, coming into fitting the Islamic banking and finance, Islamic financial system, you wondering how different it is. Is it another financial system that need to be? That's very interesting, is it, to be in the know. The next course is about Islamic economics. Some of you may be very familiar with Islamic economics, but some are not. Is it totally different with what's the conventional economic, the only economics that prior to Islam? Next one, transaction. This is beautiful because it will teach you about the Sharia principle, how is it being applied in Islamic banking finance. Okay, right? And then financial management analysis. This is a must courses. You need to know how is it the management analysis about it. And coming to an application of that will be under Islamic banking product and operation. This is really covering the Islamic banks products and how each of the product, operate. How did it merge? In the bank, we are so familiar with conventional bank, Islamic bank. How does they deliver, this product? How is it totally different? Have you been said that, people say it's the same in all those? Let's see when you enter this course, how similar and how different are they? The next one, very interesting, Islamic capital market. Now we have a capital market and we have a Islamic capital market. This is products, right? Application. And the next one will be research methodology. This is to cover providing you the guidance in doing your research paper. Okay, let's move now. Now, another, because it's 12 courses, just now we have presented, I presented 7 courses. Now come to the balance of the remaining 2 courses. Risk management. This is really beautiful. Now, risk management is really an important agenda in banking and finance. Not only there, it is everywhere. It's around us sometimes about risk. That is focused on the Islamic management, on Islamic financial. There is one of it is banking. Okay, takaful, re-takaful. Very interesting subject. You can move from bank after taking this program. You can move from banking to takaful and takaful industry. Okay, also covering the accounting perspective of it. Accounting will cover, all this at finance part of it, especially also covering in takaful and also in banking perspective of it. And the other one that support and provide guideline will be legal framework and issues. There are legal framework. There are also concern or contemporary issues that still exist in the market. So there they will discuss and provide you the exposure and also a solution, maybe proposed solution in relation to Islamic banking finance. And last but not least, Islamic wealth management, an interesting course about wealth management. Okay, in Islamic, there's a wealth management in conventional. How does it look in Islamic? Some of you maybe have that knowledge on the wealth management, but look in the perspective of Islamic. So a beautiful coverage of the courses that will cover this modular program. It's very specific to the application for the industry place and also for those fully learning in doing their research work as well. Right? These are the 12 courses we are going to under this program structure. Now look at this. What is that you'll be having? From that name or the course, you will be covering principal and transaction. They'll be provided by transaction Islamic banking finance. You'll be covering economics. Yes. They'll be covering under Islamic economic, Islamic financial system that I've shared with you just now in the previous slide. Accounting, financial management analysis. That is the perspective of economics. Now, law and governance with one very full of presentation and sharing on the legal framework. The conventional have also its own legal framework. How does it differ, from Islamic legal framework? And also, the course also expose the student on issues, contemporary issue that related to legal framework in its application in the current Islamic banking industry. Okay, and next one is application. This is about application. All this, for example, Sharia principle and transaction, economics, law and governance. Okay, and this is where the product, we call it quote unquote, is the product and services, that present in this program. One, Islamic banking products, and also inclusive how does it operate, to show whether there is a difference, in what perspective are they different in conventional, Islamic capital market, takaful and re-takaful, okay, and Islamic wealth management. This is a product type of application, the real application in the industry. And risk management is an important agenda. We'll cover definitely item 4 here. Okay, whereby what are the risks that involved in each of these costs. Okay, so the risk will cover risk management framework. You'll be sharing with the student. Enterprise-wide risk management, very important. Okay, and last but not least is about Sharia risk governance. Okay, and the last one is research methodology course, which will provide guidance, sharing of how you're going to do your research work. They will share with you how is it, even the topic. You can also discuss it in the class that is in research methodology. Okay, on this perspective. All right, move on. Now, these are just a sharing of the research paper and case study that maybe you're interested, but more is this, just a sample. What are the topic and research paper? Or maybe not research paper, it's a case study in the assessment during your courses. For example, just me sharing with you, Islamic commercial law, Islamic investment banking, regulatory and governance, capital market, wealth management, Islamic social finance could also be there, Islamic management, accounting, wakaf, zakat, sadaqah, very famous now. It's a very interesting topic as well. And the other one is a philosophical foundation of Islam. It can be more. This is just an example of sharing the research paper topic, and also could be also in the form of a case study. Right? You have examples here. Now, going further than that, this is about delivery of the program. Okay, I will show you later in a table, for example. Now, each module will deliver over 6-7 hour session in 6 weeks for a total of 42 credit hours. Now, let it be first. Maybe you say, oh, I do not know how to imagine it in that. Never mind. It's okay. I'll show you in the table. And then each 7 session per week will comprise 3.5 hours, 3.5 hours of face-to-face virtual learning. That is with the lecturers. Like currently we are doing online, teaching with the student. That will be on Saturday, and this class meeting, and another balance of 3.5 hours will be the self-study. You'll be studying it on Sunday on your own. Okay, next one, a maximum of 2 courses, as described for 6-week registration. So definitely a course a bit. And an important agenda in this program is that students will be allocated to specific courses. You don't have to make a choice. It's already been, decided and provided to you, and you follow it exactly. You didn't have like our current master program. The student will have a bit of challenge in choosing what courses I'm going to take for this semester. Here, we already make in a table and will provide you what are the courses that you need to attend for first semester, for example. So it's been really structurally designed for that, right? And another one is that this is also a very wordy, isn't it, looking at it? But there will be, in delivering of 4 courses a semester, you have an exam. Okay, and then follow another 4 courses, you have an exam. All right, and the last semester, another balance of 4 courses will also follow an exam. So the examination, or we call it assessment nowadays because of the pandemic environment. So the assessment or final exam, would not be like the current semester, whereby the current MSc program, whereby towards the end of the finishing of the 3 semesters, then you have your final exam of finance. This is not. We divide it into 4 courses, and you have an exam and a balance of another 4, we have an exam. So your focus on the study will be very much beneficial. Okay, right. Even here, the 6 credit hour research will be registered in a week of 32. We also provide you a guide. When are you going to register your research paper? And this research will be definitely guided. Okay, you will have your own, your own topic that you can discuss during the research methodology. And also you have your supervisor who is going to lead you, guide you in doing your research paper, right? Okay, now move on. Just look at this, It is not really detailed, but I just put this this morning, you're coming in July 21. You will definitely will complete in July. It's a year, isn't it? A year program. And divided it into 3 semesters. For example, here, the first semester, we're covering module 1 or course 1, module 2, module 3, and module 4. This is the time. It will be on Saturday, and Sunday will be on the student itself, online student self-learning. And this will be the courses, the subject for first semester. Following the next semester will be the another 4. You have an exam week here, finishing the second semester 4 courses, followed by an exam week and also the balance of it. Okay, then? So I put it here long, July, and you expect it is a year, right, to July 2022. A very short period, comparing to the current one, which the most shorter period is about 1.5 years. Okay, but normally students will go for 2 years. Okay. Registration or research topic, if I shared with you, should be in the second semester, and you complete it in the third semester, because you have only 3 semesters. Right, and then this one I already explained just now about face-to-face, which is virtual learning. It's covering about 21 credit hour, and the balance of it will be online student learning, 21 credit hour. Okay, so this one I just put a note here. Online student self-learning time will be on Sunday. Okay, you can fully utilize the 2 days, because the 5 working days you're busy with your work, right? So we utilize the 2 Saturday and Sunday, the 2 days. Okay. On that. So 42 credit hours per course on this model, right? So move on. This is just merely sharing with the student learning, our SLT. It's a total of 120 hours, because we divided it into, for example, the face-to-face via virtual learning is about 21, just now remember, and student self-learning about another 21. This is about case study presentation, discussion, another 15. And this is reservation for preparation for student, because it's independent activities for the student. Okay, and self-study about 25. And assessment, this is continuous assessment, we're covering about 15 hours, and also final assessment about 3 hours. So this is totaling of 120. Normally, when you have your course outline, when Sharif, you can see clearly what will be the SLT determined for each of the course. Right, let's move now. Now, I'm coming here to say quote unquote about the program value proposition. Normally this is a product of IUM in providing knowledge. So let's compare now. This is currently that we have semester based, which is 2 semesters in a year. Okay, this is modular, with which a year there are 3 semesters. Now let's compare about what is the value, added value here as comparing to the semester based. Now here is 14 week, delivered in 14 week, where is follow after that will be the final exam or final assessment. Now look at modular, it's only 7 week. The balance of a week will by the student, of which I put it here 21 hours is a class meeting, and 21 credit hours will be your online student learning. Very flexible for the student to manage their learning. Okay, and the other one is that this is 10 or 12 courses, a choice. A student would need to think that, am I going to proceed with 10 courses only? Am I going with 12 courses only? But here, we definitely have already arranged and structured it for 12 courses for each cohort. And the courses have been selected so that it meet the requirement at the end of the 1 year. You can really utilize that for example, in banking industry, you can apply it. Because, why I'm saying that? Because we are going on the focus of BPB. What is this BPB? Normally, problem-based learning. Now, an example, maybe the lecturers are coming into a case study environment. It can be based on a project. It can be a proposed project and proposed solution to all those matters related to the application industry. An example. So it's really about project, and then which can be applied directly to the industry, practical application of it. Okay, and here there are prerequisite courses added into the selection of those courses, 10 or 12. But here definitely there is no prerequisite courses. Directly we go into the 12 courses that have been selected for this program. Okay, and project paper, this research paper is only 6 credit hour. Determined by the by IBF is only 6 credit hour, not a choice of 12 to 6 credit hour. Okay, and advanced, definitely it advanced, because the covering most of the the courses will be focused on how it's about the practical part of it. The percentage of practical part of it, the practices will definitely be increased. as compared to the ongoing, the currently semester, right? And semester here, there are 3 semesters in a year, of which each semester will cover 4 courses. It's a beautiful value added to the, as comparing to the semester base that we have currently, which need to be delivered about 14 weeks. Okay, this is also been delivered during from Monday to Friday. Covering that is the time where majority of you from industry are working. There's no time for me to look into my study or to extend my study. It's really beautifully structured in this manner especially for the industry players. And I'm not stopping for those are not in industry, but maybe you are going doing your research, or maybe this would be your second master program. That's really beautiful. Could also be joining this beautiful program. Okay. All right. That's really on the added value. When you talk about product, there must be a value proposition comparing to what you have currently. All right. This is an admission requirement. I'll put to the last slide. What is it? Okay. Admission requirement, a relevant degree from IEM or any other accredited institution of higher learning. And CGPA here for your bachelor degree is 2.75 and above, or its equivalent. Sometimes we cannot put exactly what is that. It depends on the application and the information on the bachelor degree transcript. Okay, with all experience. Another one that would be good is that relevant professional industry experience of 2 to 3 years and above. That'd be a great supporting application. It's an important, which I think a good reference, especially police. I really encourage you to attach with your CV and tell everything about yourself in that CV. Right? That'd be a very good support. And also, please, I'm not leaving those who are not in industry. Maybe you are really long doing research, for example. I really encourage that you can expand your research capability now with this enhanced knowledge to be added into your career. Okay, and I think number 4 is English proficiency. I think this one has been covered by Dr. Badri. All of you are a bit clear on this one. But it also maybe an application. We have already experienced a few in selection of application, where sometimes they said, am I still need to be taken to prove about English proficiency of myself? I've been working about nearly 10 years in the industry, and all my communication and the delivery of my work are all in English. Just put it in the CV. We look into it. Okay, not promising anything, but we evaluate it based on case-to-case basis. Okay, Alhamdulillah. I think that is my last slide about the admission requirement for this modular program. Thank you. That's my thank you and wassalam to all.
Thank you, madam.
Okay, can I stop sharing, brother? Can I stop sharing?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, madam.
Most welcome.
We would like to open for the Q&A session now. If you have any question, please unmute your microphone and introduce yourself. While waiting for the question, I will check the chat box for if there is a question. So can unmute your mic for the to ask the speaker today.
Assalamualaikum to Madam Zaria and also Dr. Badji and also our brother Aizat. Okay, my name is Amirul. Okay, of course, definitely when we talk about taking master, our most concern is on the fee. So from Madam and also from the doctor, I can't see any fee structure for taking this course. So if possible, maybe can you explain a bit about that? Thank you.
Okay. I think I put it to Dr. Badri on your fees just now, Dr. Badri.
The fees for Malaysia is 29,000.
The breakdown.
Yeah, let me.
Okay.
One moment for me to get the. So this is you can see there the fee. So for Malaysian is 29,905. So the tuition fee is the breakdown is you can see there the registration fee is 4,100, and we have the recurrent fee and then the tuition fee. And for international is 39,000.
We have a question in the chat box. Assalamualaikum, Doctor. That means for each semester we have 2 subjects face-to-face or virtual and 2 subjects on our own study. Am I right? And another question is that is there any financial aid or scholarship provided for this course?
Scholarship.
Scholarship is not provided by IIM for the special program like this, but of course sometimes students can get bank loans, for example, for this type of program, and of course there is also for those who are working. You can pay through KWSP. So in the future, Allahu A'lam, maybe we can have a few scholarship available. But at the moment we are starting, so we will have to depend on financial aids from other organizations. Yeah. Yes, that is the answer with regard to the scholarship or financial aid. But for the course, I think maybe Madam Zaria will
for the course, there are 3 semesters, brothers. 3 semesters, so each semester will cover 4 courses. Okay, 4 courses. The delivery part of it is that 21 credit hours will be by the face-to-face, by the lecturers, online, and the balance 21 credit will be on self-study, online self-study. Only 4 courses. Then completing that, then we have a final exam for the 4 courses only.
Okay, if I may add a bit, because the question was that if there are 4, is it going to be 2 based on online learning and 2 face-to-face? No, the answer is no.
No, it is not.
In each one of the course, instead of having 42 contact hours,
yes,
there will be only 21 contact hours for face-to-face, but online. This one is online face-to-face. When we are over PKP, then we will open this for physical classes. But at the moment for July, it is not going to be physical classes. It's going to be live session. So 21 hours of live session between the lecturers and the student for each subject.
For each of the course, right?
Yes, for each of the courses. But the rest is going to be handled through other means. Like maybe there might be some recorded items for the students to study on themselves, or there will be some assignments that the lecturer will ask the students to read, and then maybe give some feedback on what they read and things like that. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Badri.
Yeah. Okay. Another question from Nur Aini Amina. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Dr. Madam. My name is Aini from Kapar. I know, is there any specific subject related to Faraid in the syllabus?
All right. Looking at the courses just now, that is specific on Faraid, but I think there is in Islamic wealth management. Okay, there will be, not to say that Faraid was there, but in Islamic wealth management, there will be a topic that we could discuss because it's about wealth management. Faraid is one of the items that will be presented under wealth management. Okay, with that, did I answer the student, the sister? Siapa yang tanya tadi? Not really.
Yeah, I need.
Yes, madam. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, most welcome, Nur Sakinah. Right.
I think we give another 5 minutes if there is any extra question.
No, sorry, madam or doctor. Okay, let's say if I'm interested, let's say for the registration deadline should be by end of June, right?
Alright.
So, the intake will be start from July. So upon my registration in June, so how long, I can
Okay,
know
let me clarify the admission process.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Number one, we have the application. So when we say the closing date for application, what I mentioned is the closing date for application, which is the 30th of June. But for Malaysian, we can extend another week. First week of July, no issue. But we put 30th of June as the closing date for application. Basically, that is more pertinent for international because we need the time to process the visa approval letter. For Malaysian, we can allow a bit more time, up to the first week of July. So that is the closing date for application. After we have received the application, the party that will receive the application is actually IAM Academy. So IAM Academy will have the screening. Maybe you have some queries and things like that. You will communicate with IAM Academy staff. And then when we have the complete document, we will pass to Institute of Islamic Banking and Finance, and they will look at the full info about the applicant, and they will make the selection, and we will get the endorsement of the selection from the university's admission committee. After we get the endorsement from the admission committee of the university, then the students will get an offer letter. When the student gets an offer letter, they will say that whether they will accept or they don't want to accept. Of course, we want the other one for you to accept. After you accept, then only you come for enrollment. So the start date, the expected date for classes will be 26th of July. 26th of July this year. So the enrollment will normally be 1 week before. So it means that what happens during the enrollment week? Number one, normally the students will come to the campus to do the enrollment, to get the metric card and things like that. But now with the MCO being enforced, of course we cannot allow. The government will, penalize IUM if we have congregations and we have events like that. The registration will be online. So the registration will be online. That is the registration day. So those who want to join the program, let's say if we have 20 of them, 20 of them will do the online registration on the date that we will inform in the offer letter. After that, the student will get the metric number, and also they will get access to the system, the student portal, and we will also process the metric card. How we are going to deliver this, we will look at what the government is going to say in terms of MCO. If the MCO is standard, maybe we need to send to each individual student, Allahu Alam. And also you can have access to the some of the database of the library of IUM. So that is enrollment. So the deadline that we give is not the deadline for registration per se. It is the deadline for application. All right.
Another question from one Muhammad Akmal. He said that if I compare to the structure of the current course in IBF, which is option 1, the fee is much lower. Could it be the same fee, or because this program is considered as a 1-year program?
Well, the situation is that when we have the difference between the two modes is that the mainstream mode, the normal mode, is actually subsidized by the government. Subsidized by the government. It means that if we want to run the program without subsidy, it's going to be something like 29,000 that we have announced for the what you call the the modular program. This one, because we have to do the balance. Number one, the segment that IIUM as a university, you look at it from the perspective of the organization. IIUM as a university, to extend its mission, we want students into the postgraduate program from amongst the people that are involved in the industry, that will one day become influential people who can make decisions for the organizations and government agencies, government departments, for example. Why? Because IIM mission is about, rahmah lil alamin. Now it is, the way it is phrased in the university is that we are working on khair, Khair. What is Khair? So in Arabic, khair means goodness, but that is the Khair is an acronym. It embodies what this university is about. So KH is Khalifa. Khalifa is the fact that man is a vicegerent of God. And A is Amana. In delivering his duties or doing what he is supposed to do on this world, in this life, he has to deliver with Amana. In order for him to deliver with Amana, he cannot do with ignorance. He has to do things with knowledge. That's why after A is I, Iqra. Because Iqra, that is to read, is the key to knowledge. So you are assigned by God to lead. And in order to lead, you have to observe Amanah, because Allah SWT doesn't say, okay, you lead whatever way do you want. No, you lead in accordance to what Allah SWT wants you to lead, how Allah SWT wants you to lead. And for that, you need Iqra, you need knowledge. And if you are able to lead with Amanah and with proper knowledge, you will end up giving rahmah lil alamin. That is rahmah lil alamin. So now, that one, we don't want that thing to be within the gates of IUM only. We need this to be understood by organizations outside IUM also, so that we can have this prosperity. Now the word that we use also in this sense is sejahtera. Sejahtera for the whole of Malaysia. And if possible, we widen it to the region and also to the world. And in order for us to do that, we need to attract people who are in the working sector, working executive as well. Because if we are working on fresh graduate, they will be taking so many letters before they come to where they need to be in the positions of influence. So now we are catering this for the working executive, and we are doing this in a flexible mode when we have to do it during weekends. And during weekends, it means that normally there are no operations of the university during the weekend, because this is, you have the lecturers that have to commit extra to come to the weekends to take out their valuable time to give their attention to this program, to make the program successful. So that's why, plus there is no subsidy from the government on this. So the fee, based on this consideration, will have to be, we have to ensure that we cover the cost, for example, and that's why the fee is high, not subsidized by the government. And the sector that we work on is actually the working sector. So that's why if there are fresh graduates, we will say that, well, maybe this is not the best thing for you to join, because it's going to be expensive compared to the mainstream program. For you, because you don't have commitment of work and things like that, maybe the best thing is for you to join the mainstream. So it means that IUM gives choice. So the segment, if you can afford this segment, yes, you can come, because this is not subsidized by the government. So that is the reason why there is a discrepancy in terms of a fee for that. We are going to be happy if the government say, okay, we like modular program, we are going to subsidize. And that if the government pour money into this, we are happy to reduce the fees to be similar to the mainstream. But unfortunately, the government said, no, we're not going to.
Okay.
I think that is the last question for today's session. Now we have come to the end of the program. Thank you to all participants for joining today's session. We would like to record our gratitude to our speakers today, Dr. Badri and Madam Zaria, for the sharing today. For those who came in late today's session, you can watch today's session at our YouTube channel, IUM Academy. If you have any extra inquiries, question, feel free to contact our officers at 0364 21 5000 or email us at academy@ium.edu.my. For a quick response, you can send your message to our WhatsApp service at 011 63 53 3055. With that, let's end this session with Surah Al-As.
But before that, I would like to say to those who have attended, once again, we appreciate your attendance today. And we hope that, inshallah, you can help us also to spread the word. And you can see that I have explained towards the end the rationale for this and how it works on how it is related to the mission of the university, and our hope to spread khair not only to Malaysia but also to the ummah. So if you understand that, we appreciate that you all came to this forum, and hopefully Allah SWT will give us accord to us His pleasure in whatever we do, and give us tawfiq and sadad in our moves. Wabillahi tawfiq. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And now we read Kafaratul Majlis and Surah Al-Asr, inshallah.
Thank you everyone, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you everyone. So can I see that?
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you everyone.
Everyone.
Thank you everyone.